Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, we got a really good one for you guys today. I want you guys to sit down and get your pads out, and I'll see you real soon on the other side. Alright, hello, my name is Will from JIT Prepared Info, and today we're going to talk about making and enforcing community laws. My way of looking at this, anyway. While most laws will confidently stay the same, some may have to be changed and others made from scratch. For example, stealing an apple now would only get you a ticket for shoplifting, where in the collapse it may be more severe offense. You're stealing food that can't be replaced easily. Therefore, it might be a capital offense taking food that can't be replaced. Could be construed as starving others. Also, the current penalties of today may not be feasible. How would you levy fines when money has really no value anymore? My first thought would possibly banish people that are found guilty of the crime, depending how serious the offense. Describing the pros and cons of banishing is by having people outside the gates. It could not be of benefit to the community. They would now know the workings of the community and thus be able to share the information with the people outside the gates. So, since they have been removed from the community, it would be to their advantage to sell or trade that information and get what they need. Is capital punishment the answer? I don't know. Maybe for the most serious crimes like murder, rape, child molestation, those crimes need to be dealt with seriously. No matter what you choose, they must be dealt with to ensure they don't commit those crimes again, right? Remember that punishment comes as a deterrent to keep them from committing the crime again. Although it sounds barbaric, it probably sounds like a better solution. Some form of corporal punishment. Another option is to consider would be hard labor in the fields or busting rocks, but then you risk the deteriorating of the people that already do that type of job. So that would would not look good from their side. Something else to think about is to never let the laws be enforced by the people who create them. In other words, the people who create the laws should never give out the corporal punishment. This is something that should be discussed in another video down the road. Where it comes to enacting new laws, great care must be taken on how they are written as well as how they are communicated. If the new laws can't be understood by a third grader, they need to be reevaluated and they need to be discussed at the community town hall meetings. As we all know, dealing with refugees comes with the rules and laws, so let's take a look at refugees. So people that show up at the perimeter of the community will be known as refugees. Each person that shows up will be considered a mouth to feed. I suggest the following guidelines. 1. If the person is known to own or can prove ownership of the property within the community, that person has the right to be in. Such form could be ID or other pieces of information. 2. If the person is a family member of a current resident and said resident acknowledges responsibilities for him or her, that individual is allowed in. 3. If the person is able to prove that he or she possesses specific skills that are desirable to the community, such as medical expertise, that individual could remain in. All could require some sort of vetting, of course. If someone owns the community property and can prove so, then they are allowed in. There are other rules and laws that can be observed in refugees, but that's another video I'll be covering pretty soon. You have essentially two ways of getting rid of the refugees. One, you can refuse them access at gunpoint if necessary, or you don't detain them but need to have them move along through the community to the other side out. Each approach has its own pros and cons. The refugees will be looking for other ways to gain entry, and you need to keep an eye on them, how possibly entry points. That way, that's why you need laws. It's to your advantage escorting refugees through your community because you can learn what they know as you get them to the outside of the community to make sure your entry guards are trained closely as they move through the community for skills that they may have missed so they can be questioned further. This is why everyone should know the rules and the laws in the community. They need to be posted all over the community and discussed at all community meetings. The people that make these rules and the laws can't carry through the punishments. I've given you my opinion and said in certain situations everything to be handled differently. It's just the job of the community to make sure they own up to the rules and teach each and every citizen the rules as they come. Well, this is it for this one, you guys. I hope that you guys got something out of it. Don't forget, we still have free-for-all Mondays at 11:30 a.m. And we always have a topic Thursday on Thursdays at 1 p.m. So that's it. I hope that I see you down the road. Thanks.